What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode 71 now of the Leeds United career mode. And we kick this episode off by showing that we have a game against Chelsea to kick the episode off with. You can see me making changes to the side here and where I felt was needed, as we did have a few fitness issues due to the fact that we're playing Champions League football alongside Cup and both Cup and obviously League games as well. It becomes very difficult to sort of have one team. You need to sort of have a good backup team as well, so in that way you can always rotate your squad depending on how many games you've got per week. It seems to be right now I am playing a hell of a lot of games in a short period of time, so I decided that we're going to make a few changes before this Chelsea game coming up here. They do have a very strong team, but ours is still a very strong team as well with the changes that I have made to the side. We were playing at home as well, so we did have the home advantage. And, yesterday I actually watched Leeds play in real life on Saturday afternoon, well, night, I guess you could say. And they're actually playing against Villa and had a very, very good 2-0 win. So I have to say, Leeds right now look like they could be heading back to good times in terms of performances. Maybe they won't hit the Premier League this season, but they've certainly, picked up from where they used to be in terms of how poor they used to be, and now they actually are doing quite well under Monk. So maybe we'll be able to see Leeds in the Premier League at some point, much like we do in this series. And maybe, who knows, they'll be champions at some point, much like we are in this series. But you can see the team there on your screen. Ross Barkley misses out. He's on the bench today, as we did, in fact, recall Eriksen into that position. But both of them are still very good. I'm not sure which one I prefer. At the moment, I will say Eriksen just because of the goals he scored during this series. But maybe if we'd have had Barkley for a bit more period of time, he might have been just as good. However, someone who has been brilliant for us is Emre Moore. And the little man gets us off to the perfect start in this one. 26 minutes in at Ellen Road. Scores in front of the home fans to make it Leeds United 1, Chelsea 0, and a perfect start. I have no idea why on earth they allowed me the time and space there to pick my pocket and pick the space in between the sticks, rather. And I managed to do a low-driven shot past Asmir Begovic and fire that one into the back of the net. So 27 minutes into this game, we were leading. But Chelsea did, in fact, have a chance for themselves 33 minutes into it. A lovely ball over the top, or tried to play a ball over the top, and it fell to the path of a Chelsea man. But he couldn't quite get his strike on target. And then it came to me in the 42nd minute here. I was trying to get myself a second goal just to really kill Chelsea off here and basically just try and get myself into a position where I could feel comfortable. And you're going to see as well, we managed to put, I do believe, Grimaldo on this free kick. He actually has extremely good free kicks for a left-back. I didn't realise how good his free kicks were. We put the number 18 behind this ball. It's a very, tall-ish wall. Aim for the top corner. We send it to the top corner, but what a save that is by Asmir Begovic in the Chelsea goal as he kept the score at 1-0. But into the second half we went, and Anwar El Ghazi, one of the danger men in this Leeds United team, sets off Joel Green. He takes a strike on, but a good save again by Begovic as he was having a commanding performance in goal for Chelsea. 65th minute of the game, we steal the ball off Chelsea here, coming to Dendoncker. Dendonker's going to look for the pass out wide here to Joel Green. Does in fact get it to Joel Green. He takes another strike on that goal, but once again, what's the word I'm looking for? Begovic made the save yet again. So yeah, he had an absolutely wonderful performance. And if I hadn't have won that game by a goal to 0, and if Emre Moore didn't score that goal there, I would have been ultimately disappointed because I would have felt as though it was 2 points dropped. And the fact that we've managed to get that goal in the circumstances that we have just shows how OP the low-driven shots are in this game. And at some point, I am expecting EA to try and fix them because it's becoming increasingly stupid how your goalkeeper just can't quite make the saves when it is a low-driven shot. Thankfully, the AI can't do it, so obviously the computer will never do it against me. But online, it becomes extremely frustrating when somebody does it against me when my keeper should be making the saves, but unfortunately isn't able to do so. So there is that as well. I mean, a lot of the time for me, I do mess it up quite a bit, and I struggle in the end to actually put it in the back of the net. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, and when you actually get the hang of it and master it, it's one of the most broken things in the game. But thankfully, the computer can't actually do it against me in this career mode, which is one of the bonuses of it. But then we took on Watford here for the second game of today's episode off the back of that 1-0 victory. Barkley comes back into the side today ahead of Eriksen. We obviously name a much changed side. Obviously, that's what we're going to be having having to do a lot rather in this series, considering the fact that we do have, like I said, many games in the space of no time at all. Suso as well, guys, has been one of the surprises for me. I wasn't expecting to enjoy him as much as I am. I actually thought he was right-footed, but he's not. He's left. So one of you guys suggested we sign Suso way back, and we actually ended up getting him on a pre-contract as well. So we actually finally got him, and that was down to you guys. I would have never looked at Suso, much like I would have never looked at Emre Moore. A number of the suggestions that you guys made. Grimaldo, I wouldn't have looked at these guys had you not suggested them. So thank you all for your suggestions as well, because again, this series is much about me playing it as you guys suggested. And without your suggestions, this team wouldn't have been built and we wouldn't have the side that we do have here at Leeds at the end of the day. We'd have my signings, but we wouldn't have your guys' signings. So that's that's credit to you guys as well. You can see this is the Watford side we are coming up against. In the past, we've had a few decent or tough tests against Watford. They've managed to hold us out to draws in the past, and I was looking to be able to stop that happening here today. And in theory, it should be quite comfortable for us. Our team here at Leeds is very, very dominant. We're absolutely smashing teams in the Premier League. I'm hoping we can have the similar impact in the Champions League, because obviously the teams are better in there, and it's going to be a more tough test. But I seem to do quite well against the bigger teams and struggle against the weaker teams that go in with a defensive stance on the game. I seem to have problems trying to break the defensive stance teams down, and it becomes increasingly difficult. However, 12 minutes into it, Watford create the first chance. What a little lovely bit of skill by Hollybass. Gives it into the path of the Watford man in the box. His strike was well saved by Lenovo. So early on in this game, we could have been a goal down. It comes to Suso in the stroke of half-time. Emre Moore couldn't complete his heroics that he did in the last game there. A lovely save from Gilherm. Keeps the score at 0-0. And then from the corner, we go for a short one here to Januzaj. Januzaj whips the cross in. It's not dealt with but very well by the Watford man. It comes to my team, and a number of shots are then blocked on the line. Brilliant defending in the end from Watford to keep the score 0-0. Defending with their lives, and it made the score still even at half-time. But into the 65th minute now, Watford came out the blocks firing, much like they did in the first half, as Okaka has another strike at goal, but this one goes wide of the post, so didn't manage to get it on target. And into the 71st minute, Ross Barkley, a lot of time and space, takes the strike on, and if that was Eriksson, maybe that ball ends up in the back of the net. But then I was thinking to myself, you know what, Den Donker, here we go, Barkley makes the run, and how about this? What a way to score your first Leeds United goal, and what a way to do it, because we were 0-0 at this point, and it looked as if we were never going to beat Gilherm in the Watford goal until Ross Barkley stepped up and says, no, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make sure that we go with the 3 points away from this game. Slides in before Gilherm can get to the ball, and simply, well, I guess you can say simply, it's not really that simple because it comes back off the post, but it was a good finish from the number 8, and I'm very, very happy that I chose him over Eriksson today. I could have played Eriksson, I could have put Eriksson on and played him on slightly not full fitness, but I chose to go with Barkley here, and you can see that's his first Premier League goal for Leeds United, and what a way to get it as well, to possibly pick up 3 points for us. Into the 90th minute we went, and Brunas Martins Indy gives it to Miguel on the right hand side. He goes into Suso. Suso inside to Den Donker. A lovely little bit of passing play. And Anwar El Ghazi, this is one of the times when I mess up the low-driven shot, because this should have been 2-0, but I messed it up again. If you don't get it right, you'll sky it, basically. That's the way it works. And I didn't get it right there. Should have been 2-0, and it should have been another goal for Anwar. But regardless of that, we did pick up 3 points from that game, and I would have been extremely frustrated if I'd have not been winning that game 1-0 there. If I'd have missed that chance with Anwar in the 90th minute to possibly steal 3 points, I'd have been ultimately frustrated, but the fact that we won the game anyways by a goal to 0 is very, very good to see. So again, we're still doing extremely well in the Premier League, and we have the toughest test possibly this season that we're going to have in terms of what we've had so far, as we do have the third and final game coming up here against Atletico Madrid. The Spanish team are going to be the other team to fear in this group stage, in my opinion. We obviously have Zenit and Anderlecht in there as well. No disrespect to either of those teams, because they are very good teams. However, this for me is going to be the team that we have battling against to try and get out of this group. Atletico Madrid are a very good side, obviously finalists numerous times, and they've obviously been finalists against Real Madrid twice, but we're unable to beat them on either occasion in the Champions League. We take them on here. You can see Joel Green actually has 99 finishing. That's insane. He is like 90 rated or something, so I shouldn't be so surprised. But he has 99 finishing. So if we give him that ball in the penalty area, 9 times out of 10, that ball should be hitting the back of the net, in my opinion. But you can see here, we did travel over to Spain to take on the giants that are Atletico Madrid. They obviously have a much changed side to what they used to, or what they have currently in real life, as a number of their players, including Griezmann, have unfortunately left the club. But it's still a extremely good side. You're going to see it coming up in a second on your screen. We currently top the group here by 1 goal. So if we can get a draw, we will still be topping this group. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, I'll take a draw. Actually, I think we're at home for this one. I think we are actually at home for this. So I'll take a draw here, especially even though we're at home. I'll still take a draw, because at the end of the day, a draw would still keep us top of the group, needing to play every team at least one more time. So at home, I would have taken a draw. And when we go over to their ground as well, I'll happily take a draw. You can see the Atletico Madrid team on your screen. There it is. They obviously have Lars Bender, Carrasco, Vieto, Roland. They have numerous good players in their team. And it's still a very strong side, even though they have lost the likes of Griezmann and a few of the other players in there as well. But our side, again, is probably better out of the two. As you can see, we kicked off for this game here, and I was looking forward to this, because in all honesty, we had the greatest start we could have had in this one. I decided to knock it about a little bit, get a feel for the game, and just try and keep possession of the ball and just see what we could do. Grimaldo gives it into Januzaj, and we give it back to Grimaldo. This is just basically me getting a feel for it, seeing what the game plan by the AI was to do, because normally when you do this, if you're playing against a team that are going to go defensive, they won't pressurise you, but I knew Atletico Madrid were going to pressurise me, and they did pressurise me. Gave it into Divock Origi, Origi into Remy, Remy through the legs of the defender, gives us a 1-0 lead inside 5 minutes. I said I'd take a draw here at home, but with us leading inside 5 minutes, we could have even got more out of this game as Divock Origi and the rest of the team kept the ball pretty much straight from kickoff. I don't even think Atletico Madrid touched the ball from kickoff. That's insane. And we managed to put the ball between the defenders' legs there and past the goalkeeper, Jan Ogblack, to make it 1-0. Inside 5 minutes. It was a crazy start, and in all honesty, a very good one as well. But after that, Atletico Madrid came firing at my goal, and it was an absolute bombardment of shot after shot after shot. 42 minutes into this one, they get the first chance. I miss how many tackles here on the lead up to this. I panicked last second, managed to get the block in with Pereira. The header then from the Atletico Madrid man is straight at Leno. Leno, though, throws it out to Jan Vertonghen. I tried to be clever and play it out of the back like an idiot, and I gave it away stupidly there, straight into the path, and it comes to Roland. Roland into Vietto. Vietto's initially tackled, but somehow gets the ball back. He gives it off to I can't quite remember, but it comes to Lars Bender, it then goes back inside there, and Leno has to make a wonderful save to keep us still leading into the break. So 59 minutes here, Vietto causing me danger into the path of Roland. Roland takes a strike on, lovely save by Leno, doesn't get up in time though, and Atletico Madrid did in fact equalise the game up at 1-1. They deserved it in all honesty. After the opening goal of the game inside 5 minutes, I tried to defend my lead but was unable to do so. We could have though gone 2-1 up in this game. Origi, a lot of pace, gets past Godin, and Godin is never going to win the foot race against Divock Origi, but I tried to beat the last man too smartly. I should have just taken the strike on in all honesty, and unfortunately that was the game would end. So it ended 1-1 there. I said I'd take a draw, we got a draw, and at the end of the day that's a good result. But given the circumstances, we started off the game absolutely flying. To then get a draw out of it, in which Atletico Madrid were the better team for the majority of that game, I will happily take that 1-1. You're going to see match facts. We had one shot, one on target. I complain so much about the AI doing this against me, having one shot and scoring it and getting a result. I've done it this time, so I can't complain at that one. You know, I've got one shot and I've come away with a draw. I'll take it at the end of the day. Manchester United smashing Valencia there by 4-0 in the other games during the Champions Cup. You can see it there. We are coming towards the end of this episode of Career Mode, though. If you have enjoyed, smash the like button. And as always, I've been Danny, and I'm out. Adios.